Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope so. Here I am back from my holiday, all refreshed and ready to go. I had a lovely time in... Ooh, I nearly told you where I'd been. That is a secret for now. So it's back to business with another selection of your email questions and comments. So without any more holiday reminiscing, let's have our first question for today. Is it correct to use breads as a countable word? No, I don't like my passport photo. This question was sent in by Algerian, who works as an English teacher in Brazil. Well, the answer to your question is yes and no. First, it is worth noting that the word bread can be used as countable or uncountable. A loaf of bread refers to one item. A bread shop or the bread delivery refers to many items. Bread products relates to food made from flour and yeast that have been baked. However, we can also use the word breads as a plural word. Breads from around the world. The breads we love to eat. So when we are talking about many different types of bread, then we can say breads. So if we cut up a loaf of bread, the slices are still bread because they came from the same loaf. A slice of bread or slices of bread. If we are talking about many different varieties of bread, then we can use breads. It is similar to the food rule, where the meal on your plate is food, while the many different types of food can be described as foods. We are using the plural. The same can be said for water. Water as a quantity is uncountable. But when we are talking about places where water can be found or where it exists, then we can use the plural. The waters of Scotland. This countable plural rule can cause many problems, even for native English speakers. A nice email. I have received a nice email from Vicky, who is a regular follower of my English video channel. Besides the kind words, Vicky has also attached a specially created drawing of one of my little furry friends, who in the picture is sending me a special hello all the way from Mexico. Thank you very much, Vicky, for the kind gesture. You certainly have a talent for drawing. I'd like to send you a big hello in return, and so would someone else.
Thanks a lot for your drawing, Vicky. I love it!
Are the words discriminate and differentiate the same? How can they be used, and what does on the right track mean? Do you like my seahorses? I bought them as a souvenir while I was on my holiday. This question was sent in by Do Hu Trong, who lives in Vietnam. The words discriminate and differentiate can be used as synonyms. However, of the two, the word discriminate tends to be used more, especially when talking about prejudice. If you dislike a person because of their skin colour or their religious beliefs, or if you consciously avoid or reject one thing for another, you discriminate, you differentiate, you show prejudice. You favour one thing over another. Differentiate expresses the action of highlighting the differences, but not necessarily in a bad way, whereas discriminate almost always refers to a negative action. Racial discrimination, religious discrimination, sexual discrimination. To answer your other question, the phrase on the right track means to be heading in the right direction, or to be doing something in the correct way. For example, I think you will succeed. You are on the right track. If you make a guess about something or try to answer a question, but you are not quite correct, we might say, that is not correct, but you are on the right track. There is another phrase, making tracks, which is used to express a desire or the need to leave. It's getting late. I should be making tracks. The word Mr. Duncan hates to use. You know, there is one word in the English language that I hate using. That word is no. But of course, sometimes we must say it. It must be used. So it is my sad duty to say that I cannot accept essays or homework from you to check, correct, or mark. Sadly, I do not have enough time to do this. And if I did it for one person, then I would feel obliged to do it for everyone. So, as far as checking your English homework or correcting essays is concerned, I'm afraid that I'm going to have to say no. Not that I want to, of course. Questions and comments only, please. And, of course, those all-important special hellos. I have trouble using verbs and expressing simple present and participle past. Can you help me? This question was sent in by Camilla, who lives in Italy. Let's start by looking at some examples of regular verbs and how they can be used. The word jump in its simplest present form can be either jump or jumps. In the simple past, it is jumped. In its past participle, it is also jumped. In its present participle, it is jumping. Let us not forget the infinitive, which is to jump. Let's look at laugh. The simple present form can be either laugh or laughs. In the simple past form, it is laughed. In its past participle, it is also laughed. In its present participle, it is laughing. And in its infinitive, we say to laugh. It is common for people learning English to use the present participle incorrectly. For example, let's stay at home tonight watching TV. If it is something you plan to do in the future, then the basic verb will do. Let's stay at home tonight and watch TV. I will walk to work tomorrow. The present participle always ends in ing. However, irregular verbs in the past participle do not always end the same way. For example, buy, bought, swim, swam, swum, sing, sang, sung, catch, caught, fly, flew, flown, dig, dug, seek, sought, stand, stood, slide, slid, leap, leapt, or, in American English, leaped. Regular verbs in their past participle form always end in ed. Closed, jumped, laughed, pulled, waved, walked, yanked. Some more nice emails. I have received some nice emails during my break, including this one from Bettina in France, who asks if I have thought about creating a book to go with my video lessons. Well, that is a great idea, and it is one I have thought of myself before. Of course, writing a book takes both time and money to produce, but it certainly is a great idea. Thanks also to Yang Jiong in China, who wrote to thank me for my lessons and has vowed to improve his English skills over the next 3 months. Well, with hard work and determination, anything is possible. It's that time again. Oh
Oh yes, they said it would not last. They said it could not continue. They criticized it. They lambasted it. They derided it, scorned it, scoffed it, and knocked it. They even tried to burn it. Yet it still survives.
It's the word of the week.
This week's word is procrastinate. This is a verb which means to put something off, to delay doing something, to avoid doing something. You dally, you dawdle, you defer, you adjourn, you postpone, you procrastinate. It originates from Latin and literally means put off until tomorrow. What are the differences between single, alone, and lonely? This question comes from Hoang An, who lives in Vietnam. The word single is used to show an individual object or thing. It highlights the one thing. It expresses a singularity. If you are unmarried, then you are not attached. You are unattached. You are single. Being alone or doing something alone refers to just you, or one thing. To do something without any help or assistance. You do it alone. There is no other person nearby. You stand alone in an empty room. You can also feel alone. The feeling of being alone is usually expressed as lonely. A lonely man. A lonely place. So, strictly speaking, single is not a direct synonym of alone, whereas lonely is. I hate unpacking dirty washing. Ugh. Before I leave you all and continue unpacking my suitcase, I would like to say a special hello to Mohammed Yasir in Pakistan, who wrote to tell me how useful my free English language video lessons are. A big hello also to my new Facebook friends who have joined me whilst I was away, including Mitzi, Amir, Sharifa, Ven, Kwong, Daniel, Patricia, Youssef, and Alice. A big hello also to my new subscribers here on YouTube. That is all from me for today. I will see you all again soon with another selection of your email questions and comments. That email address will be popping up before your eyes very soon, so keep a lookout for it. This is Mr. Duncan back in England saying thank you for asking me. And of course, ta-ta for now.
Mm.